one Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj is speaking about the history and teaching of Bhagavad Gita. So this Christian asked this question, what is the history of the Bhagavad Gita? What is the origin? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, what I am saying to you now is not a new thing. I have already told this to Surya, the sun god, and he delivered it to Manu, the father of man. This way this knowledge descended in disciple succession. By the influence of time it was finished. Again, I am repeating that ancient knowledge to you. So, originally this knowledge was given to Surya, or sun god, and delivered to Manu, the father of man. So, but after some time, millions of years, it got lost, this knowledge got lost by the influence of time. So, I am repeating that ancient knowledge to you now. This was 5,000 years ago. Krishna appeared on this planet. And to his dear associate, Arjuna, who are eternally associated with the Supreme, who are coming from the transcendental world. He again repeating this ancient knowledge. This refers to Karma Yoga. Don't care about the result, good or bad. Go on with your duty. Then you can have general peace of mind. The Christians ask, what is the message of Bhagavad Gita? Srila Sridhar says there are different stages of education imparted in Bhagavad Gita. Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Astanga Yoga. So many different layers of deism. But the pure devotional deism begins when Krishna says, Savadaman Parityaja. Give up your affinity to all other activities, whether religious or non-religious. And wholly surrender to me. Don't try to push your demands on me, but ask me what will be most beneficial for you. And what shall I do on your behalf? Fully surrender to me, and I will give myself to you. This is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. So many yoga they explained there, karma, jnana, astanga, many different karmakanda, how to attain opulence in this world or enjoyment. But the conclusion is many different religions also are practiced in this way. Karma Yoga means it is some similar to the religions who are nowadays existing on this planet. Karma Yoga means I ask God, give me this, and I have to pay for this. I have some debts. So this means karma. I collect karma. I have to pay for it. So, but in the end it says, Sarvadhamam parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja. Give up these tamas. Tamas means material duties or religions. Just surrender unto me. I will free you from all your past reactions. I will liberate. You will be pure. Your mind will become pure, your soul. Just surrender to me. Don't be afraid, he said. This is our biggest problem in this world. We don't want to give up anything. We want to go back to Krishna. We want to live eternally. We want to play, enjoy him. But we want to go with all our desires there. What we want to desire? We want to desire God, even. We will come close. We want to take his position there. Or we want to at least sit on the same level. But this is not possible. So that's because we are getting punished. We have turned away our head from God, and now we are coming to this material world, to the world of birth and death. And we are living in this ignorant state, not knowing where we belong to, or where we are coming from, or who we are. All this is not known to us. So Bhagavad Gita gives, if you want to know this, you have to fully surrender to me, and I will reveal to you myself as I am. So all these other methods and their prospects are more or less effective and valuable, but don't aspire after anything but me. That will be your highest prospect. To want me, to have me, to live in me, to do what I say, to enter into my own personal family in my private life. That will be your highest attainment. Don't aspire for anything else from me. The comparative study of all religious aspirations will show that the highest inner necessity may be satisfied by entrance into my personal private dealings. So there is a little difference between us and the Lord. The Lord is not coming here to take birth in this world, and he also never dies. He may appear, but he is always conscious who he is. And we have forgotten who we are. And he leaves from time to time. So this Christian asked them this question. Christians think that if we are to be sincere, we should follow the Bible. We take literally the word of Christ. Srila Sridhar says, yes, according to one's capacity, he may be enlisted in a particular class. Some will go to Christianity, and after finishing that, if their hankering is still unsatisfied, they will seek somewhere else, thinking, what is God? I want to know more perfectly. In this regard, I can give one example. There was a Professor Nixon in England. He went to fight against Germany in the First World War on the French side. As he was flying over the German lines, his airplane was hit and began to fall. I think mentioned this story. He saw that the plane would fall on the German lines. When I met him here in India, he told me, at that time I prayed, if there is any God, let him save me. And I promised that if I do not die in this plane crash, I will go to search after him. I will devote my whole life in search for him. So the plane crashed, and when Professor Nixon regained consciousness, he found that it was behind the French lines, in a hospital in France. At that time, he thought to himself, there is God. He has heard my last prayer. When his wounds were healed, he went straight to England to see some churchmen. He told them, I want to search after God and engage myself 24 hours a day in the course of his service. I want to see him face to face. So he saw many clergy men and even some bishops, and they ultimately advised him. Now this was also said to him, if you want to see God face to face, then go to India. Now the Indians come into the West, looking for God. No, they're not looking for God now. But at this time, even the English, because they know India, because they have occupied, and they were understanding someone or other. We cannot recommend such a process to you, but we have heard that in India there are yogis who internally connected with the Lord in the heart. You might try your fortune there. So he came here to India, where he met the Vice Chancellor of Lucknow University. In talking with him, Professor Nixon met the Vice Chancellor's wife, who was a Gaudiya Vaishnava, a devotee of Mahaprabhu. He was so much charmed by her advice that he accepted her as his guru. Finally, he took sannyas, the renounced order of life. And this name becomes Swami Krishna Prema. He established a temple here in India and preached about Bhagavad Dharma and Mahaprabhu. He made a comparative study of all religions, beginning from Christianity, and gradually came to Vaishnavism, attracted by Mahaprabhu's gift. One German scholar also said, in all the religious conceptions of the world, the conception of 24-hour engagement with God, Ashtakalya Lila, has never been given. I have studied all religious theologies, but none could even conceive of 24-hour service to Supreme Lord. It is only given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Rupa Goswami has given the scientific representation of Krishna, Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is the reservoir of all possible pleasure, all possible tendencies for satisfaction that we may feel, and even those that we may not feel are present in Krishna, and have their ideal, purest satisfaction with him alone. He is all accommodating and all comprehensive. So that whatever satisfaction our inner heart demands can be fulfilled only by him. And the Christian says, some Christians are so much afraid to go beyond the Bible that they will not make a study of other theistic beliefs. This is many religions on this planet. They think if they are accepting some other, it is forbidden, Some are even thinking, if you are a member of, not of my religion, then they should be killed. Everybody, and in Christianity also, they are not allowed to go to cross their level of understanding. It's not only religion, it is in science also. They are not accepting deeper understanding, what goes beyond matter. They are not allowed to speak it even. Then they become enemies. Or they become, how they call them here now? Schwurbler or something like this. They are speculating. Yes, I'm saying yes. Srila Sridhar says on this, according to one's capacity, he will purchase in the market. Se dikare yanistakuna parikirtita. In the market, there may be valuable things, but the buyer must have some capacity to purchase them. So the rishis, the tradesmen of knowledge, have also gone so far as to say, this is the highest. Go no further. Similarly, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sabradamam nityanam sriya paratanmo bhavavaha. Don't go ahead, you will be doomed. Take your stand here, go no further. Why is such a great warning given to us? Generally, our teachers advise us, pay full attention here. Only then will you understand everything completely, and your march to the end point will be sincere and satisfactory. Otherwise, sahacharism, imitationism, will enter your heart. So it is very important that we start on this plane where we are not artificially imitating the behavior or just repeating like a parrot. One has to realize. So we are starting where we are, and slowly, step by step, our search will be much more sincere when we go step by step and realizing step by step. Otherwise, sahacharism means imitation. We imitate the great saints and yogis, acharyas. This will enter your heart. Do you think that in one leap you can capture the summit of a hill? Impossible. You must march, but your march must be sincere. You must make real progress, not imitative progress. This warning is given at every stage of life. It's the highest for you. Give your whole attention to this. Don't be absent-minded and haphazard in your study. Engage yourself fully in this lesson, and the next higher stage will come to you automatically. As a matter of policy, we are told that our present stage of instruction is the highest. When a professor comes to teach a child, he will accept the mentality of the child. He will say, only go so far, and no further. This is the final stage. Give your whole attention to understanding this point. When that is finished, then go further. In this way, by gradually installments, knowledge is revealed. The Christians say they are different. So there are different stages of different persons. Srimad Bhakti Thakur has given his decision in this Tattva Shastra that although when Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna, he engaged himself in fighting, and had it been Uddhava in place of Arjuna, after hearing the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, "Give up everything and surrender to me," Uddhava would have accepted this and gone away from the warfield. Upon hearing the same advice, Arjuna acted in one way, but Uddhava would have acted in another. So after hearing the first installment of Krishna's instruction, Arjuna tells Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, "Jayasiyat karmanaste matabuddhiya janarana yatkin karmani gori mam yojayasi keshava." You say that jnana, knowledge, is better than karma, work. Why then do you want to engage me in the dreadful karma of fighting? So Arjuna, he asked Krishna, finish your career and then you can aspire to come to the level of jnana. Inquire into knowledge. It is not a cheap thing to transcend all activities and attain Naishkarmya, freedom from karma. First finish the course of your karma, then you will become free from karma. And gradually will develop transcendental knowledge and devotion. So I say, engage yourself in this present fight. Fighting is not recommended for everyone, but for you, your men, and men of your section. Means they were Kshatriyas. Their duty was to protect the Brahmanas and the other Vaishyas and all the population from enemies. So Arjuna was, and his brothers were Kshatriyas. In your opinion, a Christian says, what stage of God realization should people be advised to follow? Srila said, Krishna consciousness should be preached in a general way. People will come according to their inner response. Some may even come to attack us. Communists will say, no religious preaching is allowed here. It is all theoretical. You neglect the concrete world and take the abstract to be everything. By hearing this, the people will suffer, so we won't allow it. That is one stage. Beginning from there are so many stages. If you preach to a crowd, those who find a response within their inner hearts will come to you according to the degree of their realization. Their inner demand will bring them in contact with an agent of truth. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj went to the West and preached, and so many converted to Krishna consciousness. How was it possible? They were not Gaudiya Vaishnavas, but they felt some inner affinity. While wandering in this world, everyone is gathering some new experience, some new taste. According to the degree of his awakenment, one will respond to a preacher in his own layer. He will find, oh, after so long I see that there is the possibility of an outlet for the urge I found in my heart. There's a plane that can satisfy that aspiration of mine. I must connect with him and inquire of that land of my dreams. So in this way, they will come to seek the association of devotees. Birds of a feather flock together according to their inner taste. They will come together and go on with their duties in that plane, at that base, until from there they can go further to a higher position. Sometimes in the same life one may change his creed and go higher, and sometimes one may wait until his next birth. Is there any question or anything to say? Yeah. It depends on our level where we are moving. By example, there are so many politicians. It's also something like a religion. They tell you what is how you can become happy. Consume. Pay, work hard, and you will become happy. So they have the most, they have millions of followers because they are on their level. Nowadays they do everything to get them under control. They're thinking like machines, the same thing, controlled by their mobile phone. They are not free to. It's a very difficult time now. So, but depends. It depends on our past life. Did we already got some experience about something what is beyond the preaching of the politicians or those who say only our religion is the right one? This is all sectarian thinking. But we should not think that God is also sector. It's another sect. He is the only reality. Everything, this is real. So that's because it says, give up all these different religions, all this, what you think, what you want to attain or enjoy or whatever, and just surrender unto me. Because this is the ultimate goal, that we come back home where there is no birth, no old age, no disease, no death. And our nature is like this. Nobody wants to die, nobody wants to get sick, nobody wants to get old. Or is it not? Somebody here who wants to get old and die? We don't want this, but this is the law where we are here in this world. If you want to get out from this circle of coming and going, and we are making experience, just when the devotees do kirtan on the streets or distributing some prasad. I remember after 20, 30 years, I meet these people again and they tell me, I never forgot what I got for 30 years ago, this sweet halwa. And like this, we make advancements on a transcendental plane. So this, we have to, Sukriti has to be, we have to act in a way, it depends on us, practically speaking. There's no wrong. All the religions have their position here. But in Bhagavatam it's called Kaitava. Kaitavadharma it's cheating religion because it is not taking you out from birth and death. It is supporting you material, your life in this world. To make God our servant is not a good idea because He is the only enjoyer and we are the enjoyed. And now we want to make God to let me enjoy, that He gives me everything what I want. This is Kaitava Dharma, cheating religion. Nowadays, everybody goes to a temple and to a mosque and to a church, wherever, do the same thing. Give me, give me, give me. But I don't want to give him anything. Okay, €2. I give you and you give me please a house and long life, health. It's not working like this. It may work like this in this world. But for €2 you will not get a house. I don't know, did I catch? Yes, but as Srila Maharaj tells here, we have to do step by step. Artificially we cannot do. Today, tomorrow I surrender. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock I will surrender. You can try it, but it will not work. It is a long way. Some who did in the past already a lot of good spiritual sukriti or pious activities or good activities were searching for the solution of this material world. For them they feel attracted immediately to some higher topic, something deeper. And who arranges that we can get information about further higher information? Is this by accident? No, because Krishna, God, is sitting in every living being, in the heart of all living beings. He knows exactly. He gives us the chance, okay, you want to know more? I will guide you to a place or to person or to a place where you can get you get more information and deeper understanding. Nothing is done well. We think we have the control, or we are the doers. Now I'm almost 50 years living in the temples. When I think back, I never feel that I wanted much. It was just, I wanted it. Yes, I had a deep desire to want to know what is the reality. But everything, how it happened and how all things happened around me, this was not under my control. I did not run for anything. As a monk, I was always poor. I had nothing. But basically, the Lord caring for his devotees, he's promising. Now I have a nice place to sleep, simple. I'm living very simple. And I have enough to eat. Too much to eat. And I can sleep, I can everything, I don't need more. And I can speak with the Lord, I'm always close to the Lord. And the advanced Vaishnavas come and visiting us here, all over the world, they're coming here. So, everything is perfect. We have to, if we are not able to accept this, then we will always run away and run for our personal whatever desire we may have. This is very simple. It's very natural. Whatever we want, the Lord says, okay, you have free will, you go, you enjoy. But you will create the depths. This is the difference between spiritual life and material life. There is nothing under our control. They may think in the material world, it is, I can control the weather, I can control I don't know how they call it, protest against all heating systems or whatever. They think they can control nature. It's another illusion. Reality is, there's a few hundred kilometers from here, they're killing each other. They cannot finish this. What? Everybody likes war, everyone likes to die. Is this who's? Oh, Putin. But he is also controlled by the Lord. Nobody is innocent. Everybody gets his karma, his result of the debts he has to pay. Could be like this. This is the law of karma. This is known since millions of years. The Vedas teaching us this. There's no knowledge what can compare with the original Vedic scriptures nowadays. so-called scientists, they are just like children, you know. They change every 2 years, they change their opinion, and this is taught here now. Now we can stop here. Reality. This book is called The Search for Sri Krishna. Reality, the beautiful. Reality, the real thing is very beautiful, very sweet. But we are looking for water in the desert. We're looking for the happiness in this material world, and it will never work. It is always temporary. No hope. Jai Sila Sila Dev Nityalila Vishtamishta Paramahamsa Vicharya Stada Sasi Srimad Bhakti Rakshak Sila Dev Goswami Maharaj Gita. Sila Gurudev Nityalila Vishtamishta Paramahamsa Vicharya Astota Sadasi Srimad Bhakti Vaibhapuri Goswami Maharaj Gita. Jai Gaur Premanandi. Panchakalpatarubhyas